Hello and welcome to the Band for Band podcast. Today, we're talking about The Cars, an American rock band formed in 1976 in Boston. They're sort of a new wave power pop band, main guys in the band, you had Rick Ocasek, Benjamin Orr, Elliot Easton, Greg Hawkes, David Robinson. You probably know some of their hits. Even if you're not a fan, you probably know Shake It Up, Drive, You Might Think, My Best Friend's Girl, some really iconic songs. Today we're going to be mainly talking about the song Drive, so hope you enjoy. I'm Joey.
I'm Dave.
We're excited. We're stoked even. Today we're going to talk to you about one of our favorite songs from one of our favorite bands, the band, The Cars.
The Cars.
The Cars. They're a band from the 70s and 80s. They're pretty cool. Kind of the knife's edge of the new wave movement, at least in the U.S.
From Boston, Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. One of the Boston bands.
The Bad Boys from Boston.
You know who else is from Boston? Boston is also from Boston.
Aerosmith is also from Boston too,
yeah.
Right? I think the actual Bad Boys from Boston, that title goes to Aerosmith.
Is that a nickname for Aerosmith? The Bad Boys from Boston?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Wow, I had never heard of that actually before.
I might be making that up. I'm not sure if that's
Pixies
real.
Pixies also from Boston.
And they're also bad boys.
Yeah. Isn't there a woman in Pixies?
Maybe the Bad Boys and Girl from Boston.
Yeah. But Pixies, not the Pixies.
A different band?
No, same band, I think.
Oh.
I mean,
it's just Pixies.
It's just Pixies. It's like
Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Oh, which I still reject internally. Yeah, it's bad. They should just be the Eagles. Anyway.
So the Cars.
The Cars.
We love them. I mean, needless to say. Need we say more? We love the Cars. But one of their songs that we really love, we want to talk about today, is the song Drive.
Yes, very cleverly named Drive.
You got to respect their restraint. As a band called The Cars, not doing too many car puns with their music name. I think this is one of the only ones where it's a car-related song.
Okay, they say that, like, I was doing some deep diving, they hate car references, but their band is The Cars. Their arguably top song, most popular song, is called Drive. The album art is a car.
They have several album arts that are cars. Yeah.
So
I can't remember which one, but the one that Best Friend's Girl.
Uh-huh.
It's a girl in a car going, ah.
And then when after the band broke up, everybody besides Rick Ocasek and Benjamin Orr formed a touring band called The New Cars, which is so funny. I love
it's really funny.
You got the Cars, you got Drive, you got the New Cars, and you got the album art of Cars, but still they say that they don't want to be associated with cars or anyway.
Yeah.
But Drive. Let's talk about Drive, Joe.
Drive, kind of a unique song for the Cars, a big song for the Cars, because it, I don't know. Why, Dave? What's unique about this song?
It sounds so uniquely 80s. I can't think of a song that is more 80s than Drive by the Cars. And there are only a few songs at all that I can kind of think that give me a similar feeling to Drive by the Cars. The main one that I can think of that's similar to it is I'm Not in Love by 10cc.
I don't know that one.
You don't know that one? It's I'm not in love, so don't forget it.
It's interesting, too, because it sounds different from most of the Cars' other music.
It sounds totally different.
As far as their hits go, at least. But, if you think, Just What I Needed or Best Friend's Girl, it's kind of like a very pop rock sound. Dun, 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 I got just what I needed.
It sounds like completely separate bands.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost... whenever, it dawned upon me however many years ago that Just What I Needed and Drive were both by the same band, The Cars, it's kind of tough to believe, honestly. Even the vocals sound different. The way the instruments are played sounds different.
And part of that might be because this one is sung by Benjamin Orr.
Yes, yeah. Benjamin Orr. Great voice, that Benjamin Orr.
Mm-hmm. Do you know, this is maybe kind of an aside, but what's the breakdown? How many Cars songs were sung by Rick Ocasek, and how many were sung by Benjamin Orr? I don't know.
I'm not sure either. I know that they both do lead vocals, but I'm pretty sure Benjamin Orr takes the majority of the lead vocals. There's kind of a weird dynamic there. Do you know about like the weird frenemy kind of thing with Rick and Benjamin? So Rick wrote pretty much everything from the Cars discography, like basically their entire discography. However, Benjamin Orr sings most of the songs, but they're both jealous of each other, is the weirdness. Because Rick, even though he's not like the main lead singer, he's still got like most of the press and most of the popularity. And Benjamin Orr was jealous of Rick's popularity, and Rick was jealous of Benjamin Orr's frontman-ness.
Interesting.
Which is, a lot of people say, like, one of the main reasons they broke up.
That makes sense, because when I think of, like, who's the main guy of the Cars, you think Rick Ocasek. But Benjamin Orr, we just watched the live performance from Live Aid, and it's Benjamin Orr who's in the middle of the stage singing.
It's Benjamin Orr.
Yeah.
But then you watch the music video, a lot of the time you see it's Rick.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. Another funny thing with Benjamin Orr is he got, with him getting jealous of Rick's songwriting, Rick was like, well, hey man, why don't you write more stuff? And Benjamin Orr was like, well, what do you think about this stuff that my girlfriend wrote recently? And Rick was like, are you kidding, man? Like, so even whenever he was kind of given the chance to write more, he couldn't really do it. He kind of struggled with the songwriting. Benjamin Orr did.
Diving into the song Drive. So it came out, released July 23rd, 1984, which is, I would say, the most 80s of the 80s years.
I would definitely say 84, 85, those two for sure. Yeah.
The song is 3 minutes, 55 seconds long, and it was off the album Heartbeat City, which that one has a car on the album cover.
Has a car.
Yeah. Reading here, we just watched the live performance from Live Aid in 1985, which Wikipedia here says the song is most associated with the Live Aid performance, which I didn't know. Do you have any more information about that?
No, but it does kind of remind me of Queen with Radio Gaga. Mm-hmm. How it's like not really like one of the top Queen songs. Like I don't even say it's in their top 15. Maybe not even top 20 songs. But you think of Radio Gaga, you think of Live Aid. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. And Hammer to Fall.
Yeah. Awesome song.
I love that one.
Anyway, Joe, what do you think about, what do you think this song is about?
Okay. I'm going to preface this by saying I have not read about this already. So just gut feeling. So I always thought it was about like maybe a couple of friends or a couple, and they're like breaking up, and it's like, you know, without me, who's gonna drive you home? That's what I thought it was.
Kind of like
what would you do without me?
Like a junior in high school kind of dating a freshman kind of thing. Like literally, who's going to drive you home?
Yeah, you don't have a driver's license.
You cannot legally drive.
Yeah. Or like, you know, I thought also maybe it's like maybe two people at a bar and one of them's too drunk to drive. And so, you know, who's going to drive you home from this event, this situation where you're inebriated?
Yeah, it's like your friend is just blasted out of their mind.
Yeah.
And they're being a jerk. Mm-hmm. And you're like, hey, what do you think's going to happen if you keep treating me this way, right?
Yeah.
Who's going to drive you home?
Who's going to drive you home?
Tonight. No, I have a couple of different takes. I don't know, though. I mean, I feel like the most prevalent take on what this song is about is dating someone with some kind of mental illness. So maybe somebody that is bipolar, or maybe someone more likely who is schizophrenic. As we were just watching in the music video, the model, what is her name?
Paulina something. Paulina P. It starts with a P.
Paulina something.
Paulina Porizkova.
Wow.
Porizkova,
Borishkova.
who was 19 at the time, but who would later become Rick Ocasek's third wife.
Man, I wish I had like a sick last name like that. Something with
Like
a kova
Okasik or Porizkova.
or a ski on the end. I really
Yeah.
like those Polish names with the skis on the end.
They do sound very cool.
Yeah, they're super long. They end with a ski. Anyway, instead I just got long. So, yeah, she's going through all these weird manic emotions in the music video. It's pretty funny to watch, honestly. It's a little sad to say that it's funny to watch.
The acting is kind of funny, though.
The acting's not great. But yeah, she's like crying and then she goes Joker mode and starts laughing while she's crying.
Yeah, and there's the one where she's scribbling on the wall, like
Yeah.
slumped up against it.
And so a part of me thinks like, look, you're insane. Like literally, you can't drive yourself because you're kind of not mentally well. And then I don't know if there's like a romantic involvement with the insanity. I think there is though.
I got the lyrics pulled up right here.
Let's hear them.
So, who's going to tell you when it's too late? Who's going to tell you things aren't so great? You can't go on thinking nothing's wrong, but now who's going to drive you home tonight? Then, who's going to pick you up when you fall? Who's going to hang it up when you call? Who's going to pay attention to your dreams? Yeah, who's going to plug their ears when you scream?
Yeah, sounds like seizure type stuff, right? Like who's gonna plug your ears when you scream? Isn't that like a seizure thing? Correct me on
Maybe.
that one.
I don't know.
But what's the other one? Who's gonna hold you still when you shake or something?
I don't see that one in here, but I thought I heard that one. Oh, yeah. Who's going to hold you down when you shake? Who's going to come around when you break?
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are both very like mental type things. So anyway, that's my first take. My second take is this is a narcissist. That is saying like, look, you're nothing without me, kid. Who's gonna drive you home?
Without me, you're hopeless.
You're
Kind of a thing.
kaputs, kid.
I reading here. There's a couple other. Some take that I read says that it's written from the Oh wait, hang on.
That's the Boston accent, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
hey, kid, you kaputs without me.
I think it's more like Brooklyn. Maybe. It's written from the perspective of a guy who's watching a woman whom he presumably used to date going down the tubes, trying to get her to take a hard look at what's going on in her life.
Where'd you see that one?
This is on songfacts.com.
Songfacts.com, y'all.
Yeah.
Man, going down the tubes.
Going down the tubes.
I really like that. You don't hear people saying that a lot.
It's a phrase we should use more.
Another maybe dark fact is I was thinking that this song kind of parallels Rick Ocasek's love life a little bit.
Yeah?
Because, he was married like 3 or 4 times. And Paulina, he married, his third marriage, I believe, was to the model from the music video of Drive. So they met on set. Rick eventually marries her, and I'm pretty sure they got a divorce too. So Rick was married and divorced at least 3 times.
That's right. Yeah. They got married, from what it says here, 5 years after the song came out. Yeah, so she's Czechoslovakian, Paulina Porizkova. She was the female lead in the clip. She auditioned for the role. It was the first time she met Okasik, and then they got married in 1989. How about that?
How about that? What does this song mean to you, though, Joe? Like, you're listening to this song. Walk me through what you're feeling.
So, I mean, maybe this is kind of a stupid observation, but like, regardless of any of the meaning of the song, and maybe it's just because the song's name is Drive, but I feel like this is one of the best night driving songs of all time.
100%.
I like, whenever I'm like driving around town at night, coming home from work late or whatever, and this comes on the radio, it's like the perfect soundtrack, You're driving slow, you're cruising, the song comes on, you feel like you're in a movie. It's just such a great track for, I don't know, setting the mood, feeling like you're in the 80s. I love it.
It kind of gives you firework thoughts
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You're just you're thinking about the past. You're thinking about kind of who it's made you into now a little bit, you know? And yeah, it is definitely a song that can give you completely separate feelings from the lyrics. Like the instrumentals send you into a different realm.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. The synths that they're using too, you can really, I didn't notice it until the live performance, but you can really pick out all the individual layers a lot easier. And they're really like, it's really interesting what they're doing because they have the chords. And then they have the and then, you know, if we had more budget, maybe we'd
put that in
put that
here.
in, yeah.
And then there's also the synth of like the vocals too, which I thought that was a real voice, but I think it's a synth.
Yeah,
like
after watching the live,
a fake vocal, the do do da da, that little.
And
part.
then they've got the bass part. Doom 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 doom. That part, and then but I think that also kind of sounds like a synth bass. Maybe it's not.
Yeah.
But and then the drum track, which also sounds like maybe a drum pad.
Yeah, we were watching the Live Aid video, and the drums just sound entirely like a drum machine, which I assumed that's what they used for the recording, but I was kind of surprised whenever, for the live performance, they had the drum machine out.
I have to do some more research to figure out, you know, exactly what's going on there, but
I would have enjoyed more had they had like a sample pad, like Def Leppard style kind of a thing, to where it's like, yeah, it's samples, but they feel more alive because the drummer's actually hitting them in time, and you know, instead of just like the machine robotic type sound of a drum machine. But I don't know, maybe that was the move of the 80s.
It's the kind of song where, regardless of the car you have, when you're listening to it, it feels like you're driving a convertible and you're wearing Ray-Bans.
That's so true, though.
I'll be like, you know, in my 98 Toyota Camry, and I'll be, you know, cruising up to a stoplight, and I'm like,
man, I'm driving.
I'm the coolest guy.
I'm driving right now.
I'm driving a car.
Especially while you're driving in the middle of southern Utah desert.
Yeah. It's a good desert song.
It's a good desert song.
Makes you think of neon and warm nights.
Yeah, either a good night desert song or a good drive through an empty city at like 3:30 a.m. You know what I mean? Where it's just like you're hitting stoplights where you're the only person at the stoplight. It's that kind of a song.
I was going to talk a little bit about this too. I think we still have a little bit of time, but
let's talk about it.
Do you hear this sound in music today? You know, this song what's this genre? New wave? New age?
I would say it's kind of, I think it's new wave technically, but I don't know really what you would call it today.
But like, I think just like all the new wave, new age bands, I feel like, I mean, Indigo Waves. I feel like this sounds kind of like some of their stuff, you know? Maybe not really. Maybe a little bit.
Were you the one that was telling me that, like, baby boomer type generation, it's very divisive of whether you are a classic rock fan or a new wave fan? Which is so crazy to me because I love them both so much.
Oh, I feel like they get grouped together now, you know? Like, it's just kind of 80s rock, 80s music. The Cars and also Van Halen, same genre in my mind. I mean, not exactly.
Maybe it's kind of
very different music, but
to where it's like for Gen Z, how there's pop punk and emo music.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're millennial, pop punk and emo music are totally
very
separate.
distinct. Yeah.
Very distinct. Yeah.
Because I think my dad was talking to me about that once. How like it was, you had to be a fan of one or the other. You know, it was like it was
the red pill or the blue pill.
Yeah.
Which pill do you take?
Yeah, I take both.
It's a tough one because I don't know, you know. I think these days maybe I would take the new wave pill. It's a little controversial.
I like I don't know. I think synths were so new and exciting back then, you know? It was the new toy, the new flavor.
And what a fun flavor it was.
Exactly.
Have you seen the video of Rick playing Drive acoustically?
No.
He plays it on a 12-string guitar.
Ooh.
Which, it's just him playing a 12-string, singing, nothing else. And the 12-string sounds really interesting, really different. However, I will say I can see why Benjamin Orr sang this song. Let's just say I don't think the vocals sound that great when Rick's singing them on this track. But Rick is the man.
He's the man.
I hate saying it because Rick's the man.
I think I told you about this a while ago, but my dad was telling me that in the 80s, Rick Ocasek was like the coolest guy.
I believe it.
Like, rock star. Front man, sort of. Lead guitar player, at least, of a really cool band, The Cars.
It makes him cooler that he wasn't the full-on front man and he was more popular. Like, he's like the I don't know.
And married to a Czechoslovakian supermodel, you know? It was like everyone wanted to be him just because he had it all,
The
seemingly.
first Sigma male.
Yeah. Rock star, married to a model, front man of a band. But it wasn't all what it seemed, now was it?
It wasn't. You know, the crazy thing about the Cars, too, is looking at their lifespan. We can fact check me right here. I'll pull it up, but I'm pretty sure they were really only famous as the Cars for like 6 years.
Really?
Yeah. What's the saying? The brightest flames burn the fastest.
Let me
But yeah, they
double-check
weren't
that.
around for like a super long time. Okay, so they formed in Boston in 1976, and then they stopped being a band in 1988.
Yeah.
So 12 years, but their first album, The Cars, came out in 1978, and their last album, arguably, Door to Door, came out in 1987, which is just crazy. I mean, there are so many groups from this era that just only last 10 years or less, and they come out with so many hits in that time, and it's like, man, why?
That is pretty unbelievable.
I don't know if it's the curse of the solo career striking back, or the curse of the ego, what it is, but 10 years when you're that great of a band, it hurts a little bit.
Yeah. You know what is kind of cool, though? They had the same lineup the whole time they were a band, from 76 to 88. All 5 members were the same the whole way through.
That is cool.
Which is kind of rare. Usually, like, bands will start and have the same lineup for a year or two, and then, like, a couple people will leave, and then they'll reform, and then, but...
I did know that Rick and Benjamin Orr had a group before the Cars that Rick was like, hey, we can do better. Let's like make a super group. We're the 2 best people in this band. Let's leave this band and find other people to fill in the rest of the spots. And then let's become the biggest band like ever.
So we were talking earlier about which, like, the Cars tried not to use car imagery, but they actually kind of did. I was just looking at their discography right here. First album, The Cars. The album cover is the girl
on the car
doing
right?
this. She's holding a steering wheel, driving a car.
Yeah, so there's a car.
Second
First
album,
car.
Candio, is another girl doing this on the hood of a car.
You guys can't see, but Joe is putting the back of his hand up to his forehead.
As if I were
and, like,
swooning.
Swooning, or like, oh man, this weather is very hot. I need a cold glass of water or lemonade.
Third
preferably.
album, Panorama, came out in 1980.
Is it a car?
It's a checkered flag.
Okay.
So, I mean, not a
little
car,
tongue in
but
cheek. Little tongue in cheek.
they're, play. Fourth album, Shake It Up, not a car. It's a woman with it looks like one of those things you shake a martini in, perhaps, or a silver. Kind of hard to tell.
Oh yeah, like a what is that? It looks like a drink mixer type thing, but it has like an ice cream looking scoop on the top of it.
Like a little spout or something. Then Heartbeat City, once again a car. Maybe the most car of any of the albums.
The most car of all the cars.
You got a full car and some gears coming out of the car. Then you have their next album after that, Door to Door, with no car.
Door to Door, though, the name is kind of carish.
You think so?
Yeah, there's a door on either side of the car. You go in through one door, you come out the other one. That's door to door.
But you usually get in and out of the same door when you.
But that's the complexity
You
of the album.
wouldn't get in.
You get
the
in
drivers
the
and get out the passenger.
No, but it's the back seat though. That's what it
yeah.
is. You get in through the left back seat. You get out of the right back seat. Or maybe you got nowhere to sleep. Maybe you're sleeping door to door.
Head by one door, feet by the other door.
Yeah.
Yeah, sleeping in your car.
It's car still, man.
Top song off that second single off the album is called "Strap Me In." So that maybe Seatbelt. Who knows?
Seatbelt, 100%. Strap me in. Come on.
Then in 2011, I guess they got back together and released another album called "Move Like This," which I have not listened to.
The 2011 stuff is a little depressing though, just because of the history behind it. Rick was like creatively, adamantly against doing more stuff for the Cars because I think Benjamin Orr passed away in like 99 or something.
Something
right?
like that, yeah.
And that was part of the reason he was against it. But then he was running out of funds. And so he put out the new album, but it's kind of...
Nah.
Put out the new album and then did another tour.
Yeah. Well... That's the way it goes, I suppose.
That's showbiz,
That's
baby.
showbiz, baby. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about Drive?
Do you think this is their best song?
You know, I think there's other songs that I like more, but I think this one is maybe their most
Iconic?
iconic.
I think this is my favorite.
Maybe their most like mature, just in terms of how it was written and the composition and the different sounds they're coming up with their music. Very different from their other stuff.
Yeah. What's your favorite by them?
I think my favorite Cars song is probably You Might Think off the same album or My Best Friend's Girl off the album The Cars.
That's the one that's like, my best friend's girl. I get those two mixed up all the time. It's crazy. My best friend's girl and Jesse's girl. Honestly, I know my best friend's girl. Like, I know the song, but anytime I try and think of the melody, all I can think of is Jesse's girl. What is the melody for my best friend's girl?
My Best Friend's Girl. The Cars song is My best friend's girlfriend. My best friend's girlfriend.
Yeah. Jesse's girl is a little bit more of a catchy melody. You can understand why. Why I'd get stuck.
I wish that I had Jesse's girl.
With my best friend's girl.
Best Friend's Girl, I always remember because it has the really catchy clapping part.
Yeah.
That part. Yeah.
Any clapping part. Clapping parts, you know, they always do hit. They're nice.
It's really sing-alongable, you know?
You do like a cut of the drums and like some of the other instruments and you just have some clapping going.
You know what would be interesting to talk about sometime? Maybe if we do another episode on the Cars. In the song Just What I Needed, there's a part where the drums... I don't know if I have the musical vocabulary to describe this properly.
I will. Describe to me.
The drums switch their emphasis from being on the 2 and 4 to the 1 and 3. In like the second verse, it's here, let me just play it for you.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Did you hear that? And then back to normal. It's so weird.
Well, thanks, guys, for listening to this episode of the Band for Band podcast. We'd love to hear from you. If you're listening now, follow us on Patreon, patreon.com/JoeyOnTheAir. That's where you can find me, Joey. Subscribe. We have bonus episodes, and you can listen to the whole backlog of episodes as well. We're also, it should be everywhere where you get your podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever. Anyway, next week, if all goes well, we're probably going to be talking about a movie called Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie that we're going to go see this weekend. So if you want to be in on the discussion with us, go see it. Anyway, thanks.